What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is an interesting one. This is for all of you who are into Kindle reading, or maybe you do note taking, or you just like reading books. Basically, PalFish reached out and asked if I wanted to review their like really cool overhead ambient light, which is perfect for reading. And I thought it would be a great fit because so many of you like Kindle, or you enjoy, what are some other, Supernote, books, Remarkable, all of these tablets that are supposed to represent real paper feel, but some of them don't have front lights or back lights, for instance. So this would be perfect to put over you. We're gonna unbox it. I'm gonna sort of use it for a couple weeks and let you all know what I think. But in theory, it seems really cool. So let's get into it. So it is white. I think the aesthetic of the lamp looks really nice. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so touch capacitive or human inductive. So that's what it looks like. I think this right here is the motion sensor, which is super cool. Ooh, there's also LEDs on top to add some ambience, it would seem. Hello. All right, I've got the light set up. This is literally my first time turning it on, so. All right, maximum brightness. There it is. I mean, it just kind of blankets. Like, I know it looks a little more directed here, but it's also because of the camera vignetting. It just kind of blankets the space in a really calming way, to be honest with you guys. I have it on person sensing, so I guess it kind of flickered to let me know that it's on, which is cool. And there's a sensor up here that will, of course, know if someone is under the light, nearby. Ooh, man, that's so sick. Look at that. This is how I should do my videos. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're reviewing the Apple Watch Series 7. That's nice. Anyway, I'm gonna stop playing around. I'm going to use this in a few different spaces over the next week and get back to you all with my full review. All right, let's talk about the PalFish Human Body Induction Floor Lamp. First of all, the name. I don't know, it's kind of a weird name, but I won't hold that against them. This is an interesting thing. It's definitely like a reading lamp. It gives off like kind of medical vibes. I think the white of it and the way it kind of is just shaped kind of like a fluorescent light. It's not a fluorescent light. I think we've really enjoyed it. At our house, I moved it upstairs and I sort of sit under it at night while my wife is watching TV. It's a nice, like, ambient kind of light. And the fact that it has lights on top and ones that shine down, we really enjoyed that as well. I think it's really nice, especially as a reading light. So PalFish is more of, the brand is kind of like a kids learning brand, and this light is kind of a step away from that, but in a way, I mean, it's for kids to sit under a more natural, not fluorescent light and like get work done on a desk, do their homework, stuff like that. And I definitely think it's great for reading, and it has that sort of natural light to it. We've enjoyed the ambient. The touch controls are pretty intuitive. They're not super hard to understand. The motion sensor is fantastic as well, and how it sort of like, after 8 minutes, if it doesn't sense anything, it sort of like slowly dims. It doesn't just like turn off. And likewise, when you go to sit under it, it goes a little bit faster as it lights up. That all is really nice. To just be able to walk over and sit down under it and it just resumes the settings that it was before is a super nice concept. And I definitely think, like, use case wise, I know like my wife's grandmother sits in her recliner and reads a lot and watches TV, and she has something similar, but for her to be able to just walk over and like it resumes the settings, it fills a lot of like the space with this ambient, nice reading light. I think for older people, it could be great. I think for like a kid's room, it could be great to have in like a little reading corner or something like that. Some cons, I think, would be that you can't change the color temperature of the light, which it's a nice, like, warm-ish, white-ish. It's just a nice color they've chosen, but the fact that you can't really change that is a bummer. And the fact that it's funny, so many products come through where there's an app, and some things I don't feel like they really need an app. This is one that I think maybe at first I didn't think needs an app, but I think it would be nice to have app integration to say like, I want this to turn on between this time and this time, or I want to change the light brightness or something on my phone. I think it is lacking there, but also as just sort of an ambient light source, I don't know. I can't really decide. I can't decide if I would like this to have an app or if I like how simple it is that there's no app. It's not connected to Wi-Fi. Like, it just works as it should. I think there's something to be said for that. I think especially for, like I mentioned earlier, people who are getting into this sort of like more dumb tech era where they've just had so much smart stuff thrown at them, something that's just a light, but a smart light. Like, it is smart and it does smart things, but doesn't have to be connected to the internet. Like, you sit down with your Kindle or a regular book under this thing and it just turns on, you read. I don't know, there's a lot to love about this in how it is. It's just there and ready for you to walk over and sit underneath it. So we've really enjoyed this. I'm excited. You know, I've talked maybe a little bit in the past about us potentially getting a new house in the coming months or years. And I think this is something that I would definitely want to think about, like, where in a new house could I put this? Where would be most beneficial? I think in the studio, it could be a nice thing to use for something nice and, you know, bright, something like this, or for different product shots and just sort of a different vibe to be able to use in that way. Or like I said, like a little reading nook or something could be nice. Or my daughter's bedroom, you know, as she gets older and starts reading more and more and can get into chapter books and like really get immersed in like fiction and things like that, this might be a nice thing to just have in her room as well. So many different use cases. We've really enjoyed this. I think that you would too if you like the things that I've mentioned here. So thanks to PalFish for sending this out. I've enjoyed it, I think, more than I thought I would. And links in the description. You can check out pricing, all that stuff. Feel free to peruse around the rest of their website too, especially if you have kids. They have some other really great products as well going on over there. That's gonna do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button for more. Watch this video next. I think you're gonna love it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Boom, dude.